Grayscale has publicly expressed a bullish outlook for Sway, a blockchain platform that recently removed gas fees for stablecoin transfers. This move comes as part of a broader strategy to position Sway as a viable candidate for institutional adoption. Grayscale's Sway staking ETF, ticker GSUI, is now offering investors a regulated way to gain exposure to the Sway network. The firm's decision to back Sway follows a key network update that eliminates transaction costs for stablecoin transfers, a move that could significantly increase the platform's utility for everyday financial use. Grayscale, known for its role in mainstreaming Bitcoin and Ethereum through ETFs, is now extending its reach to Sway, signaling growing institutional confidence in the network's potential. The firm has previously backed major projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana when it identified favorable market conditions and infrastructure maturity. Sway's recent update to its mainnet allows free stablecoin transfers, a feature that could attract both retail and institutional users seeking a more cost-effective blockchain solution. Grayscale emphasized the importance of this change in a recent statement, noting that stablecoins are becoming a core part of financial infrastructure and that networks that remove friction stand to gain significant traction. The firm's public declaration of bullishness suggests most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. That Sway is now being viewed as a top contender for institutional capital, especially in the context of evolving U.S. crypto legislation. The GSUI ETF is not a traditional ETF registered under the Investment Company Act of 1940, which means it does not offer the same level of regulatory oversight or investor protections as conventional funds. This distinction is important for investors to consider before purchasing. Grayscale's backing of Sway reflects a broader trend of institutional players seeking out blockchain networks that are ready for mass adoption. The Sway network is now being compared to other high-potential chains like BNB Chain and Canton. Network in conversations about future institutional capital flow. The removal of gas fees for stablecoin transfers is a strategic move that could significantly boost the network's usage and adoption. Sway's mainnet is now live with this feature, making it easier for users to send and receive stablecoins without incurring transaction costs. This could lead to increased liquidity and more seamless financial interactions on the network. The next key signal to watch is whether institutional capital begins to flow into Sway-based products and whether the GSUI ETF sees significant investor interest. If the ETF gains traction, it could signal broader market confidence in Sway's long-term potential and the regulatory viability of blockchain-based financial products. The mechanism behind the GSUI ETF is designed to provide exposure to Sway while allowing investors to stake their holdings, which can generate additional returns through staking rewards. However, since the fund is not registered under the Investment Company Act of 1940, investors should be aware that it operates outside the traditional regulatory framework. This could affect liquidity, transparency, and investor protections. The stakes for Sway are high, as the network is competing with other high-potential blockchains for institutional attention and capital. If Sway can maintain its momentum and continue to, most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Innovate in the area of stablecoin infrastructure. It could position itself as a key player in the next phase of blockchain adoption. The next signal to watch is not just the performance of the GSUI ETF, but also the broader adoption of Sway's mainnet features by developers and users. If the network sees increased transaction volume and growing developer activity, it could further validate Grayscale's bullish stance and attract additional institutional interest. For now, the focus remains on whether Sway can sustain its growth trajectory and whether the broader market will follow Grayscale's lead in embracing the network as a viable investment option.